Hi, I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven with a few comments on the important things I see going on in the markets today. So it's been an interesting few weeks for gold. We had that big lift from North Korea and Syria amidst a sort of strong fundamental background for gold. But those of us in the industry are somewhat endlessly debating what's going on from here. We have summer approaching, we have zinc that has started to come off, silver has been lagging gold. We can sort of argue non-stop about whether things are strong right now or not. Well, what I wanted to do is just look at a few of the more significant news items in the last little while and some of the market's reaction to them to show why I at least think that the market is still pretty interested in what's going on in the mining space. So first of all, strategic investments. Strategic investments have been an incredibly important part of the mining story in the last 6 months. We've had major miners, mid-tier and major miners, stepping in and taking chunks out of junior explorers left, right, and center. Barely a week goes by where we don't get an announcement of that sort. One of the more recent ones was Barrick investing in a company called Attack. Now, Attack has a project up in the Yukon. It's sort of on the eastern side of the Yukon. It's a different kind of gold geology than a lot of the rest of the Yukon that we're more familiar with. It's more of a Carlin style, which is what Barrick is so used to mining down in Nevada. Now, Attack in the last market, the last hot mining market, its market capitalization went up to $1 billion because of that gold discovery. It was really exciting for investors. In the downturn, that market cap came all the way down to 30 million, if you can believe it. Where is its true value? I don't know, but Barrick certainly sees opportunity where it is right now, which is at about 70 million. They stepped in, put $8 million into Attack and joint ventured a chunk of their really large land package. That matters because the money going into Attack fuels that company to go ahead and explore for the rest of the season. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. But they're not alone. There's a lot of strategic investments of that sort happening. There's Kinross put money into Bonterra. We had Kirkland Lake put money into a company called Metanor. Like I say, hardly a week goes by where you don't see that kind of move happening. We all know why it's happening. Majors simply aren't spending their own money on exploration these days. They're funding juniors to do it for them, which is how the industry works, and that's a good system. Other news that matters. So we had a really hot discovery hole about 10 days ago. We had a company called Camino Minerals pull 106 meters of 1.3% copper from a discovery in Peru. Now that's a great hole. I would say that had they pulled that hole 18 months ago, the market probably would have yawned. Literally 18 months ago, nobody would have cared. Now, Camino's share price went up 6-fold in the space of 3 days. It went from sort of the 30-cent range to crack $2 at one point before settling. That is a really impressive move. It was an impressive hole, but it was a more impressive move. And I point it out because that kind of move means that speculators are still watching. They're really active, despite all of the hand-wringing and debating that we can do about how alive this market is. Reactions like that suggest that there is a lot of life in there yet. So investors are interested, they're responding to discovery news. Majors are interested, they're making strategic investments left and right to make sure that they have their foot in the door for new discoveries. All of the hand-wringing, all of the questioning, it's all valid. We all need to think a lot about what's happening and why it's happening. But I think these bits of news and the market's reaction to them really suggest that there's good energy left in this mining space. And remember, early in a bull market, things don't happen straight up. They happen stepwise. And the fuel that majors are adding to the fire through these strategic investments, the fuel that investors are adding by responding to discovery holes, that's what keeps the fire burning, and that's what's going to keep propelling this market forward.